the auto electrician has been and advised me a bit on the system we have here, spaghetti junction. So it seems obvious that we have a supply cable from the battery here and supplying the covered unit, and this big red cable here is the main feed in, and it feeds into this, that's a sticker, this heavy duty contact here. I don't know what SC means, it's written on there, but anyway, I've taken it off for now because I was working some things out. So this heavy duty connector is connected to this heavy duty connector, and is distributing the power in different ways. For example, this heavy cable here comes round and goes originally to that big inverter, but you have a dual control system really. You've got your Polaris unit here and another unit in an LCD in the cab, and it means that you can control all your gadgets from inside the crew van or in the driver's part. So that's why it looks all so complicated with all these relays. Just a disclaimer, I am not an auto electrician, I'm just a former handyman and know just small bits about this. So at the moment I've got a lot of things disconnected, especially the batteries. Now one thing I've got is I've just connected a voltmeter so to the main supply from the battery, engine battery, and I've got it earthed to the chassis there, and we're reading 11.86. now that is 11.86 volts in the van battery. As you can see, my leisure batteries are disconnected at the moment, and that means that really it seems that the van is supplying 3 batteries all the time when the engine is on, or even when the engine's not on, because that 11.86 is the voltage of the van battery. Yeah, so when I start the engine up, it will basically start charging up all 3 batteries at once, which is okay, but it's not really compatible with the campervan life. And what could happen, for example, is that you could be running your diesel heater for a couple of days or a few nights when you're away wild camping, and that could run down your van battery. So that's why it's a good idea you do have a voltmeter here, and that will not just tell you your voltage at these batteries, but also the van battery, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to start the engine up and prove a point. Okay, with it being 11.8 and it's very cold, it could be a bit sluggish, so we'll just pop in here, try not to fall out. It's so cold my dash cameras come unstuck from the windscreen. So there we go, let's run round. Oh, crouch. Wake the neighbours up. And as you can see, straight away we're getting 14 plus volts direct from the alternator. So that just proves the point that you know, you're not going through a system like where a typical van setup, camper van setup is you start your engine up and the alternator will be charging up your van battery, and your battery to battery charger which you need on these vans, not a split charge relay, because these will be a smart alternator. So that will charge up your battery in the van, and then your battery to battery charger will detect once your van battery is up to full power at a preset setting, so maybe 13.1 volts, something like that, and then it will start to click in and start charging your leisure batteries, and that's a good way of doing it. But in this case, you know, we're even getting 15 volts there, so that's what I've discovered so far. And so the question is, do you cut off the whole thing and just start again using that main power cable to go straight into your battery to battery charger, or do you leave it as it is? And that's what I've decided I'm going to do. I'm going to reconnect everything. I'm not needing a massive inverter, so that's going to come out. I'm going to change a couple of things, change the position of some of these lights, change this over to a fan to blow on the double bed, change this supply that went to the rear wash to a auxiliary, like a cigarette lighter, so can always plug in, say, an electric tire pump or something like that from the rear. And that's my thoughts at the moment. So hope that's helpful, and good luck with your projects. So what I'm doing today is, as it's struggling to get above 3 degrees and I can't do sticking of insulation or jobs like that today, I've removed the fiberglass tread there, and because I'm moving the cupboard that was originally in the center of the crew cab, I'm moving it against this wall here flush, and that will come up to about here. Then I'm going to have a sink unit, I believe, there, so I'm going to infill this to keep the floor level. I've got the electrical cupboard where I want it. There's the cables going in the back there. If you can see, that is where they're all coming in here. And the battery strap actually has captive nuts there and closer to the edge there, so that's okay. I can just use the bolts that are existing, and I've screwed the cabinet to the floor. I've just got to put a bracket on the top there to hold the cabinet in against the pillar there, and I have filled in this gap here in the step, ready for a 450mm, I think it is, 45 centimeter wide cabinet. So coming along slowly but surely. The cable for the diesel heater was too short. That was for the sender, I think, for the on-off. So the other cables were way too long. That's fine. So I've got to extend the cable from the unit to the diesel heater there.